Hello and welcome back to Eliwood Hard Mode, 0% growths. We are on chapter 21, and we are defending Nils ostensibly, but that really doesn't have much to do with how this chapter plays out. So the real objective of the chapter is to defeat the boss, Eubens, who is probably the toughest boss to this point in the game. I mean, not that that's particularly surprising, that's how these things generally work, but he is noticeably tougher than past bosses. Like, Marcus can't double him. There are some people who can, but we'll get into that later. But nobody does a lot of damage to him, so he is pretty tough to take down. But the rest of the enemies aren't too bad. What makes this chapter difficult is that this starting area is such a choke point in ways that aren't completely apparent yet, because some units show up when you start the chapter. I'll get into that when we get to that point. But what we're going to do is be deploying, obviously, Marcus, Fiora, Priscilla, Ninian, Legault to open a chest down here, and Kent, Raven, who's finally going to get to promote, and Canas, and then we are forced to deploy the Lords, which is, you know, great. Very excited about that. Anyway, alright, it's too hard to talk about the strategy without seeing everything that shows up on the map, so I'm just going to get started. Okay, so yeah, as soon as you start the map, these green units show up, and they are, like, they're not bad, really, if what you want is for them to, like, be a wall, the way that the design probably intends for them to be. But boy, are they in the way. These two right now are super in the way, because I have units that want to move through here, and I need access to these spaces, or at least one of them, and I don't have it. I mean, I have a solution to that problem, but it still was pretty tricky to figure out. And then these guys get in the way later, as you'll see. Anyway, so to start off with, something that's interesting is that these enemies, a couple of them carry door keys. This guy does, and I think there's one or two. That guy does, and that guy, yeah, they all carry door keys. And that they don't open these doors. These guys go for the wall, and these guys just go around. I don't really know why. I don't know what the thought process was there. I mean, I guess you don't need 3 door keys to get into this room, so I don't really know, yeah, like what the idea was behind that. But regardless of that, we actually want to bait these enemies up here a little bit, and then we also want to talk to Heath, who's over here. So the first thing we're going to do is have Priscilla come over here and unlock the door. And the reason for that is if we let the enemies, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is it's easier to get to Heath and to get to the chest if we open the door now versus later. And the other is that having the enemies come out this way means there's a couple fewer enemies to deal with in the center, which is good because that's where most of the enemies are, and that's where, you know, most of the risk is incurred, as it were. So I probably, before I get any further into this, should talk about Isadora, who just quietly joined our party. Isadora is another paladin, our first pre-promote since Marcus, which is interesting that it takes this long, I guess. She's got really good stats all around. I think... Let's see, I think Marcus has 15 strength. Yeah, so her 13 strength, not quite as good, but still very good. Comparable with anybody else I have access to, really. I'm trying to remember who else has what strength exactly. I think Oswin has like 13 strength, but obviously doesn't have the 16 speed that she has, which is a new benchmark for my team. Or maybe Legault has, I think he has 15. So yeah, she's really fast, although she only has 6 con, so depending on what weapons she's using, that can obviously drop her speed quite a bit. But, I mean, she's still fast enough that she's going to be doubling most things the vast majority of the time. including the boss, which is what I was alluding to earlier. She's got 8 defense and 6 res, which is a little worse than Marcus, but not a lot worse. Marcus has a little bit more HP as well, so Marcus is definitely more durable. And let's see, 32 avoid. Well, it's actually they are using the same. Yeah, but she does have a little bit more avoid, but not enough so that you would change that statement. Like Marcus is definitely more durable. You know, but she's, you know, her offense is pretty good. And right now she's probably the second best unit on my team after Marcus. Depending on what enemy she's going up against, she could even be better than him. Under normal circumstances, she's generally considered to be sort of mediocre at best, because normally by this point, your growth units have passed her stat line by. Like Marcus would certainly, you know, level after 11 levels be significantly better compared to her, and probably so would like Lowen and maybe Florina and, you know, people like that. But, you know, in this case, I'm very, very happy to have her around. So yeah, she's going to be a fixture of the team for sure. Anyway, so the next thing I want to do is go rescue Priscilla, because I don't want her to go get whacked by these fighters. And Hector also has the member card, which he's going to use to go shop here, as well as just being the person who's going to recruit Keith. So he's going to head over here, and then we're going to have Ninian come down and dance for him. And then he is going to rescue, just make sure, yeah, the Wolf Pail equipped, rescue Priscilla. And then Isadora, or I should say Hector has some weapons for Isadora. So we're just gonna go get those. Drop Priscilla, and then come on down here. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm just gonna have Marcus go ahead and run down here. This is going to be right outside of the range of the boss Yuvins. And so he's just going to try to clean up as many enemies as he can on this enemy phase. Unfortunately, he can't get into range of this guy without getting into range of Yuvins. We definitely do not want to bait... Yuvins does move, and we definitely do not want to bait him out yet, because we want to go get these chests. I mean, if you did ignore them, then, and you didn't want, you were okay with not recruiting Wrath, you could recruit Heath and still, well, I mean, okay, I guess if you were playing like an LTC with growths, you could probably one-turn this map by just putting, you know, a leveled up Marcus in Yuvin's range and letting him one-round him with a hand axe or something. On a 0% growths, I don't really think that's possible, because you just don't have the firepower. So I think you'd have to at most, or at least, two-turn it, which would be, which would still give you the ability to recruit Heath. You wouldn't get the chest, you wouldn't get Wrath, who's going to show up over here in a little bit. But I want to do those things, so I'm not going to complete it that quickly. Anyway, next thing we want to do, well, I'm going to have Legault move around here, because he needs to go towards the chests. And then I want to get this Armonite out of the way so that I can get Canas, Raven, and Lyn further forward. Lyn has to go recruit Wrath. That's why we care about that. So what we want to do is have Kent come down and rescue this Armonite. And then have Fiora take him, drop him here, and then come back over here. And that keeps her out of range of this guy, so that Marcus can take him out. Then you can have Lyn come down, get rescued by Raven. Taken by Canas, dropped over here. She'll be able to recruit Wrath turn after next. And Eliwood doesn't really do anything this whole chapter. I mean, I'll move him forward, but... Oh, interesting. That enemy normally goes after Hector. I actually... don't know what to think about that. I wonder if the enemy, like, spawned with slightly different stat line that made him want to go after the Armor Knight for some reason. That's actually potentially super convenient. We'll see what the green units do, though. If we can just walk past that guy, that would be helpful. Well, that's not common. The ballistas always go after an Indian, but they almost never hit her. That's only the second time I've seen them hit her in, like, I don't know, 10 or something attempts at this map. I don't really know how many, I wasn't counting, but it's a lot. And it's just across multiple turns, too. Like, so, multiple times per map. Yeah, okay, stupid frickin' green units. Well, I have a solution for this. It's not a huge problem, but it is annoying. It's also annoying that they got no damage onto this guy. Like, that, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but at the same time, it's like... Wait. What? Why did that guy go after the... He's supposed to go after Marcus. Well, he died, so I guess it doesn't matter. Huh. Yeah, I thought this spot was out of range of the green unit, or sorry, of that ranger. That's why I, like, or nomad, whatever the hell he is. That's why I dropped him there, but I guess not? Interesting. Okay. Well, I know I've seen that guy suicide into Marcus before. Maybe it was based on how much HP Marcus had lost or something. I don't know. In any case, alright, so what we need to do is have Priscilla now rescue the green units. And then we need to have Isadora kill the Wyvern. And then we need to have Hector come talk to Heath. I don't know what it is about FE7 that makes it, like, the AI behavior is so much more unpredictable compared to FE8. Like, when I played Sacred Stone 0% Gross, like, once I developed a strategy, I could pretty well rely on, like, if I was doing the same things that the AI was going to do the same things. And that's just not the case with this game. I don't know why. Anyway, now... So the good news is this guy is walled off, so, I mean, he might attack this guy or whatever, but not really big deal. Anyway, now what we want to do is, we don't want Hector facing this mage, because Hector is not confident against their type, so we're gonna rescue him with Heath. Go up here, and then Legault is gonna come around here and trade Isadora a hand axe so that she can counterattack the mage. While I'm at it, and equip an iron sword just in case I forget. So I want him to be slightly dodgier. Anyway, alright, so Ninian getting hit is annoying. I'm probably just gonna have to heal her. Which means I can't heal Marcus, but he didn't take a ton of damage, so that's probably fine. So we'll just have him come over here and wall off these guys, take one of them out. Then we're gonna have Canas come down here and take out the mage. So we don't have to deal with that. And then, let's double check. Still are not ready to bait out the boss. Okay. We're gonna have... There are a couple of archers down here, which is kind of annoying. But we're gonna have Kent and Fiora tag team this this guy here. Just want to make sure. Yeah, unfortunately, it would make things slightly easier if I moved Fiora down to the left. She'd be better able to help deal with this guy here when that becomes relevant, but it shouldn't matter. Alright, so Raven is going to come down here and hope that he can maybe bait a shot that's meant for Fiora or something in case that's relevant. It probably won't be. Eliwood's just going to be here in case he can contribute, which he probably won't be able to. And yeah, so now we just got Ninian and Priscilla. So we're just gonna heal. Should make sure I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not in range of anything. I do appreciate him walling himself off even further. Maybe the green unit will take the guy out, which would be nice. Would be nice. Not something to be relied on, but it might happen. Alright, good job, Marcus. If Marcus dodges, then I might be able to use Priscilla and or Ninian for something other than healing. Would be helpful. Oh! Isadora! No! I already have a suspicion I know what that might be. We'll see how the rest of this plays out. Oh, nice! Let's go, Fiora. Nice! Yeah, okay, well, good enough. Actually, that might even be overall a good thing, because now we can give the Killer Raven to get him ready to level up. Assuming one of the green units doesn't steal it. No! What? Oh, okay, fine. Actually, that's completely fine. Good, even. Actually, that green unit might be in range to bait out Eubens now, which would be fine, although I'd rather bait him maybe with Marcus so that we can get some damage on him, but... Oh, I just realized that normally one of the other archers mounts this ballista, but they didn't do that this time. I'm telling you that the AI is just all over the place in this game. You never know what it's gonna do. Okay, so this guy's at full health. Well, so normally what I want to do at this point is bring Isadora down here and take this guy out. But with this green unit in range of the boss, I might just be able to send Marcus over there, although... The disadvantage of doing that is I potentially draw out some of these other guys, who I don't want to deal with if I don't have to. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The advantage of doing it is I can send somebody else through to chip this guy and make sure that he dies next turn, so that he drops the Brave Axe that he's going to get out of the chest for me. Well, in the meantime, I know I'm doing this. I'm just going to do that. That puts Legault in range to go get this chest next turn. For whatever reason, so I don't know if this is an intentional design decision or just like a consequence of AI behavior, but one thing that has been reliable for me so far is that this chest contains 10,000 gold, this chest contains a Brave Axe, and for whatever reason the AI goes after the Brave Axe and not after the 10,000 gold, even though if they took the 10,000 gold I don't think there's any way for me to get it back. So, that's nice. It means I don't have to kill this guy, and it means I can save myself a turn, basically, so that's really quite helpful. Anyway... Oh, you know what? This guy might kill Hector if... Oh, no, wait, never mind, he didn't... That's right, Hector didn't take damage. Okay, so it doesn't matter. We can leave Hector in range of that guy just fine. Normally, Hector gets attacked by the guy with the poison axe, and then we have to deal with that. But not this time. So... I think... It also occurs to me, well... Alright, if Hubins goes after that green unit, he's going to be right there for sure. And the nice thing about that is that then these guys can't surround him. I think I am going to let him go for the green unit. I think so. So, in that case, Kent can still be in range to do stuff. If he's the one that takes out this... but he can't. Although he doesn't necessarily need to. He just needs to prevent the guy from coming in and harassing any of my other people. Oh, actually... Let's do this. Okay, and then let's talk about Wrath a bit. So Wrath joins at level 9, and I do have a, what's it called? An Orion's Bolt that I can use to promote him. So that's quite nice. He's pretty, well, I have a plan for how I'm going to be able to promote him between chapters. There's not time for him to just get enough regular kills, but I intend for him to be able to get the kill on the boss. We'll see if that works out. Just kind of depends on who hits what. But in any case, as it stands, I mean, even before promotion, his stats are pretty good. Not amazing, but you know, he's reasonably fast, reasonably strong, reasonably bulky outside of resistance. His con is not amazing, but bows are generally pretty light. The big problem is that he does use bows. I mean, it's not terrible, like, on a mounted unit. And especially because, like, after he promotes, he gets swords, but, like, on the other hand, like, those are basically the two worst weapon types. It's like he has a 2-range option and a 1-range option, but he doesn't have a 1- to 2-range options. It's kind of awkward. So, I mean, that isn't great, but he does definitely have some utility, and being mounted definitely helps. So, I mean, I anticipate using him, I don't know for how long. And the longbow is actually pretty nice when you've got a unit with a lot of movement. Like, it's not amazing, but it's nice to have, like, in a map like this where there's lots of, like, choke points and walls and crap in the way, to be able to have somebody come in and, like, snipe, like, you know, do this kind of deal, except it's not going to be a kill, but, I mean, you get the idea. Unfortunately, the short bow isn't going to be either, but what we can do is move Marcus first, and then have Wrath and Kent combine to get the kill, potentially. Now, there's unfortunately no way for me to dance for Wrath after having him attack this guy, unless I do, like, some kind of rescue drop shenanigan thing, which I don't really want to do. I'd have to use too many other units to do it. So, I mentioned this because I was thinking about having him run over, like, to the other side and attack some of these guys after getting danced. And I could still do that, I just can't also attack with him. Okay, well, I think... Actually, who else needs healing? Does anyone? Is it just Marcus? It is just Marcus. Okay, so we don't need Canas to heal. Which means we can just do this. We'll have Marcus come over here and hit this guy with a hand axe. No, not from there, though. Right, because that puts him in range. Well, maybe that's not so bad, actually. I mean, if Hubins doesn't attack him... These guys have 18 attack and 9 attack. I mean, Marcus won't die unless he gets crit, basically. Yeah, you know what? We'll do it from here. Okay. And then we definitely want to heal him. But I suppose we don't need to do that right this minute. Yeah, so we can use Canas potentially to take this guy out, or we could use Kent, but I think I'm gonna use Canas. Just because it's easier. Alright, I'll go ahead and move Wrath into the middle. Decide if I want to dance with him in a little bit. Alright, so Raven's kill did go away. Unfortunately. And we don't need to promote him now. And in fact, he can double the boss with a Lance Reaver without being promoted, I think. Is that right? Maybe that's not right. No, it is right. Yeah, 9 speed. And Raven has 13 speed. Oh, no, wait. No, Lance Reaver weighs... Damn it. Okay, that is actually annoying. Stupid green unit. Stupid green unit. Oh, well. Alright, so I do want Isadora in range of Eubens if possible, just to make sure I have the option. Although I've killed Eubens without using her before. But he'll be right here, so if she wants to get, like, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. That's helpful. So we can do that, and we can also do this. And then next turn, that guy will be easy enough to take out. I'm gonna use the axe just because, well, it would be nice to train her axe rank up, but more importantly, because the Wyvern has a lance. Alright, and then Heath has got an Axe Reaver equipped, so he is going to drop Hector off. Hector's going to go to the secret shop next turn, and then he's going to come down here. Wait, why did I equip the Axe Reaver? This guy doesn't have an axe. What am I doing? Oh well. I guess we park here just in case, like, this guy kills this guy, and then this guy runs out and attacks somebody that I forget to move out of the way. But I should have equipped an Iron Lance. Oh well, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, potentially Heath will pick up the kill on this guy next turn. Okay, so then we want Raven in range to make some kind of attack next turn. Which he can do by just hanging out down here, so we'll do that. And then Priscilla... He's gonna heal Marcus. I guess we could go ahead and dance for Wrath. We don't have anybody else that we need to dance for. So let's move Eliwood out of the way and go ahead and do that. Although, well, And he could get the kill on this guy and still make it back here with Dan's help in time to get the kill on the boss. Let's do it. Alright, and then Kent. I'm gonna make sure he stays out of the range of the boss, because I've had him get crit by the boss before, and that's no fun. I guess he'll just stay right where he is. Down goes green unit. Oh, hi there. Okay. Not sad to see the ballista target the green unit. Is green unit gonna try to kill the wyvern? He might. Oh, I guess he couldn't reach. Okay. Well then. If we do want Wrath to get the kill, he cannot also attack this guy, which I was also thinking about. He definitely won't level off of that, though. Meanwhile... Ugh, that crit rate. Really would be nice if Raven had promoted. Ugh, dang it. Alright, well let's start with... Actually, let's start with getting our 10,000 gold. And let's follow that up with Hector visiting the secret shop. We're gonna buy 2 physics and a torch. I know that that'll be useful at some point, the torch staff. Okay, and then Heath. What are your chances to kill this guy? 75. Guess I'll have to take that. Okay, excellent. I didn't really talk about Heath as a unit, actually, did I? So he joins with somewhat underwhelming stats. Really just underwhelming speed. His strength and defense are good, his resistance is obviously not, but yeah, the speed is a real problem. His con is actually a little low for what you might expect for like a Wyvern Rider, and he's far enough away from promoting that like it could be pretty difficult to get in there. I do have an Elysian Whip, so like if we did get in there, then you know he could potentially become better, you know, by virtue of promoting. But as it is, I mean, if I end up using him, it's mostly going to be because he's a flyer more so than because his combat is going to be good. But yeah, I mean, I could see it. I see getting him 3 levels. It's not out of the question. Anyway, okay, so Fiora definitely is not as well equipped to attack the boss as Isadora, so we're gonna have her take out the Wyvern, open the path for Isadora. And unfortunately she doesn't double because she gets weighed down. But she does have, let's see, she does 10 damage, has a 5% crit against. Marcus also has a 5% crit, does 12 damage, that leaves him at, that's 22, leaving him at 16. Wrath does, like, 2 damage, I want to say. Yeah. 2 damage. He does have a high hit rate with the short bow. So Raven does 7 damage. Panas does very little damage with Flux because he's actually got a lot of res, but he can use Luna. Unfortunately, he takes an even higher crit rate against, but I think that's actually what I'm going to start with, is the Luna, and then see how that goes. Because Luna also has a high crit rate, and if he does crit, he won't kill. Okay. So now... he's at 28. How much did Raven do? 7. And... Isadora does 10. Marcus does 12. This is looking like not a kill for Wrath. Alright, his 22 and 7 is too much damage. There's also Kent. Kent has a really high crit rate against, though. Also, it actually doesn't solve the problem. We could look at how Eliwood does with the, what's it? The Lance Reaver, but he looks like he has to not get hit in order to not die. So that's not so great. Not so great. Yeah, I really needed... If Raven was promoted, he would double and have a lower crit rate against with the Lance Reaver, and then we would... It would be like Marcus plus Raven, and Isadora could do something else, or just not do anything at all. But unfortunately, I think the plan is not going to work. Stupid green unit stealing my kill, man. So annoying. Alright, what can we do instead? We can give Raven the last hit, and then he will definitely promote. It's a little bit of a waste. Actually... I guess we can look at... Is there any chance... There is some chance that they all crit. There's some chance that Raven crits. I mean, this 13 crit is mitigated by the 41 hit, right? It's like, it's really more like a... 5 or 6% crit rate, which isn't much different from what Isadora and Marcus are facing. So... yeah, let's just go for it. Okie dokie. Well... oh no, can you get this kill? No. Can you get this kill? No. I guess we're not promoting Wrath. That is disappointing. I guess I shouldn't have moved him over there? I don't know. Actually, what if we danced... oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Alright, this can't be any better, right? I mean, I guess it would... enable... along with Marcus, or what if Marcus used a hand axe? 12 damage, 11 damage... Wait a minute. How much was Isadora doing? 10? And Marcus does 11 with the hand axe? Javelin, the crit rate gets scarier. Oh, Isadora doubles with 16? That doesn't really help. She does 9 and Marcus does 11. We can actually do this. That is a little bit risky. But... I really would like to promote Wrath. Alright, I'm gonna try it. Alright, we're good. We are good. But before we finish, we will go ahead and do another heal. Just check. Do we care about Kent, Lynn, or Eliwood doing anything? Probably not. I mean, I guess we could level Kent's axe rank on this guy here. But maybe we should first dance and see what exactly Wrath's hit rate is. $84. I mean, that's good, but it's not perfect, so let's not attack with Kent. Let's just... Alright. And there you have it. Wrath can now promote, and we'll do so off screen. And we get a Night Crest. Finally. Commander Eubens has gone down. Alright, well, that will do it for Chapter 21 in 4 turns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for Chapter 22. Until then.